got StudStyle Tarot back up in the building. What's good, y'all? I said, let me come on in, go live again, tap into the energy. Boy, the energy I've been tapping into, y'all, has been very interesting. The song that was just playing on Spirit Radio was Danger. And, you know, in that song, she says, the block's on lock. It was the trunk's on lock. The block stays hot. And I'm like, okay, there goes Spirit trying to let us know right there that I'm trying to get all my gadgets connected here. But this is Spirit trying to let us know to keep the trunk on lock. Danger. Danger coming in. And I'm like, really, Spirit? And just before I seen this danger song, I started hearing that anxiety. Don't let it get to your head. Anxiety. You know that Chris Brown song? Don't let it get to your head. And I'm like, oh man, what a way to start the energy read, collective. I hadn't even looked at the cards on the table, but I did, clear the table at least for y'all. I know y'all like, dang, what kind of tarot reader? StudStyle, step your game up. But believe me, y'all, this is spiritual for me to be able to take a few minutes just to sit to the table here and touch the cards. My hands now in real time. So here we go. And I was picking up the energy from Spirit that this is somebody who feels like there's no good ones out there, collective. Even though there is someone out there for you, this is somebody who feels like it just ain't no good ones out there. So this person look like they on some hoe activity. They trying to creep into the room. They feel like, shoot, everybody a hoe, huh? Don't let this false belief make you miss out. And see, I think that's what happened. Maybe this person thought you was a hoe. Everybody a hoe in their mind. Trying to get out of that mentality. Thinking everybody on some hoe shit. Wow. That's deep, Spirit. Because everybody out for what they can get from people is how this person feel. What can you give me? What can I get from you? Is that the way they think with this Six of Pentacles energy? Because it ain't really no equal give and take. But somebody thinking in terms of, giving to receive. And that could be the mentality. But now, somebody's feeling the pressure, huh? Somebody's angry. Because maybe they realizing they got these feelings for you and they're ready to explode. but you not on your whole shit. Ah, maybe they still want to keep you on some whole shit, not really committing to you, but still. Ooh, look at this. Spirit then gave me a card, y'all. The card that I was trying to show y'all was the heart fog. Somebody not really sure, or maybe they weren't sure at one time of their feelings. They had mixed emotions. They were wishy-washy with you. But y'all see how that person is throwing up the love in the air for you? Heart fog. They like, look, even though I didn't know, here's my heart right here for you, collective. Do you see it? But look how far away they are from you. Up in the clouds, huh? On the mountaintop. Collective. Spirit left this card on the table for me when I picked up the deck. I guess I might as well take the card. It says spilling the beans. Somebody ready to reveal some secrets. The cat's out the bag. Untrustworthy. At the bottom of that card. Is this somebody who is still untrustworthy? Because they in this mental conflict? This is my Two of Swords in tarot. Two of Swords is the stalemate. Stalemate energy. They not moving, they stuck. Somebody who could even be in denial. Maybe they can't believe you're an earth angel because they still wanted to treat you like the side piece, collective. Throwing their love up from afar on that cliff. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just trying to get the overall energy, y'all. Here we go. This card says SOS. Can you save me, collective? Can you save me? This is somebody who's in distress. They coming in to act with urgency. They said they need your assistance. Emergency. So they're going to come spilling the beans, huh? Oh, wow. Look at Spirit giving you the imposter energy at the bottom of the deck. Fraud. Stolen identity. Faking it. Wow. This person about to come in faking like there's a emergency, collective, and they gonna try to come in spilling some beans, but Spirit said you can't trust what this person is saying. They still untrustworthy. Wow. Look at that, y'all. We got one in the reverse and one in the upright. Oh my God, really, Spirit? You keep doing it. We keep getting this soul tribe energy. I can't let y'all see the imagery, but it looked like two chicks with their butts bumping each other. And it says, close friends, birds of a feather, flock together. Soul Tribe. Coming out with, oh, we got the shook card in the reverse. This is somebody who I think hasn't changed. Hey, Janetta, Grand Rising. Welcome in. Wow, look at this, Spirit. Okay, so they think they're going to come in spilling the beans. Talking about SOS, it's an emergency. They coming in with urgency. But then Spirit gives us the squad card in the upright and the shook card in the reverse. I think this is Spirit trying to say nothing's changed about this past energy who's coming in acting like it's an emergency. This is someone who ain't woke. They not shook, right? Shook in the reverse. But they coming in here acting like they, in distress and needing your help. Like they want to come in and spill the beans. They want to come in and talk to you. They want to come, maybe they want to get some shit off their chest. But Spirit said they're untrustworthy still. The cat's out the bag. What, that this person's in love with you and they've been trying to hide it from everyone else? But see, the fact that Spirit gave us this squad card for the soul tribe energy, close friends. See, look, they got their butts touching each other. And remember, I was trying to start off the read this morning with someone who doesn't believe that there's any good ones out there. This is what's getting in the way. There is someone out there for you. Don't let this false belief make you miss out. She look like she's trying to pick the door to go to, right, y'all? She like, what door do I go? Look, look, everybody's a hoe, and this is why this person could be in this Two of Swords energy, like I told y'all. They're in two minds. They trying to get out of, I guess thinking that everybody's a hoe. Maybe they thought you was a hoe, or at least they could move around with you. This is somebody who birds of a feather flock together. Maybe, like I said, maybe they thought they were part of your soul tribe. Or they feel like they are now. But for whatever reason, collective, that card came out with this card here too. Shook in reverse. So they not shook. There's no sudden change. Sudden change in the reverse. Unexpected event in the reverse. Oh, maybe this person thought they was going to come back and be able to spill these beans and y'all would be able to be close friends again. They'd be able to get back in. Coming in with this SOS energy. Can you help me, collective? Well, I'm going through some shit with these people right now. And you the earth angel, you the real high priestess. But I'm still in this same devil energy. I'm still thank you, Spirit. Look, I'm still trying to get my mind out of this whole mentality. Thinking everybody's a hoe. And I done got myself in some shit. Can you help me out, collective? I need you now. After they thought they could treat you like everyone else. See? Collective. Really? Spirit said now they want this long-term commitment with you after breadcrumbing you. Because like I said earlier, this Six of Pentacles energy, even though this is equal reciprocity, this is somebody who's stuck and stagnant, having this double mentality about, in order for you to receive, you got to give. That whole what can I get from you if I give you this? It's not equal reciprocity. This is conditional. Look, this is given to receive energy. They trying to get out of that, which is what led me to the whole mentality. They still in two minds. They stuck and stagnant because the energy at the bottom of the deck is, this is someone who feels like ain't no good ones out there. Ain't no good ones out there. And they still haven't changed. But see, I think it's because this person needs you for something, collective. And they want to come in acting like it's an emergency. Y'all, let me say my prayer. Angels, ancestors, and guides, thank you so much for your covering and your protection as I channel these messages for the collective. Anybody known or unknown, Spirit, sending any negative energy my way, return it back to the sender, Spirit, and bind it to them 1,000-fold. So mote it be. In the Most High God's name, we pray. Ashe, Ashe. Y'all, I was over here trying to figure out what deck to use, and I'm telling you, let's keep going with this energy, right? This person who thinks there's no good ones out there. Well, apparently they done figured out you a good one. But this is somebody who didn't want to be vulnerable. Didn't want to let you see the real them. This card says you cannot experience true intimacy unless you open your heart and be yourself. Didn't I just say that? This is somebody who didn't want to open their heart. They was on some trickeration. In order for me to give, look, you got to do this. In order to receive, you got to give me this. You got to pay me. It was conditional love. Somebody trying to break the cycle of thinking that everybody, they could treat with conditions. And you a whole divine feminine out here. See? You thought you could fix them, huh? I can't make it up, collective. You thought this is somebody you could fix. This card says, you can't fix someone. They have to want to change. Accept them or let them go. And maybe that's what you've done. You've let this person go because this is some shit that's been ingrained. They've been conditioned. They done seen a lot in their childhood. You know, this is learned behavior, is what I just heard Spirit say. This is learned behavior, to think that they have to be on conditional terms with everybody. And they still just might be this same way, collective, with the shook in the reverse. Wow, look at Spirit. Spirit said, this is somebody who's needing rescuing. Didn't we just see the SOS on the table? This is somebody who needs your help, collective, because they're fighting addictions. This is what's stopping them right now, possibly from coming in and being honest with you, spilling the beans. Or maybe that was it in the past. Now they want to come rushing in. They about to act out of urgency, y'all. They need some help. They need you. But this is someone who may feel like now they belong in your soul tribe, but they haven't changed, collective. They're not healed. They're still thinking about these conditional terms. You know, you giving and they receiving. You know, possibly now, you know, not matching your energy. You know, they're thinking about themselves right now, what they're getting, what they're able to receive, what it is you give in your divine feminine energy. This card says, you are either obsessed with someone or struggling with addiction. Get help. This is somebody who is obsessed and now coming to you for help. Because this obsession, you are waiting for love to save you, but you must stop waiting and start looking. And maybe that's somebody who needs to start looking at themselves, collective. Remember, we saw them sitting high on the cliff in that mental fog, still trying to say they love you, but y'all so distant from each other. This is somebody who is still too attached now to your energy. It says, give your partner some breathing room. Being too needy drives them away. This is somebody who just might be too needy right now. And that's why they, in this SOS energy, save me, save me. Now they feeling the pressure of not having you in their life, ready to explode, because they wanted to be out here. Hey, I keep hearing Spirit say it, on that whole shit. They wanted to be out here for the streets with the squad, with other people that was just like them. You know, still possibly not changed, like still in karmic energy. Spirit already said they untrustworthy. With the spilling the beans, they think they're going to tell you a little bit of something, but you still can't really trust it, because this is somebody who's operating in that devil energy, y'all, and still very much now addicted and attached to your energy, wanting to come in now for a commitment when they need you the most. Y'all see this? When this person needs you the most, these cars landed on top of the need rescuing in the upright and crossing. Collective, you see that? Boundaries. Wow. And then procrastinate. This is somebody you got to keep your boundaries up with, collective. That's what Spirit is telling me. Because this is somebody who waited to the very, very last minute to make a move in towards you. You know, they've been laying around, possibly not taking care of themselves, online, on the computer, stalking you. Don't make someone wait around too long. They might give up on you. And see, this is what's happening. You're giving up on this person. And now they want to come rushing in like this is urgent. Save me, collective, help me. But you're keeping your boundaries up. That's why these two cars came out crossing. You already know this is somebody you may have given too much to and didn't get anything back. You know, sometimes we pour into people and don't get that right back. You know, it's time to stop doing that. Pouring into those that don't pour back into you. Giving too much. You gave this person too much, which is why now they coming in like this energy vampire. Thirsty for your energy is what I just heard. You are depleted because you give too much. You need a balance of give and take. See? And here we go with that give and take energy right here at the bottom of the deck. Somebody having to address this issue, possibly of wanting people to like them, right? People pleasing and giving too much to the wrong people because maybe it was conditional. Remember? Transactional. Oh my God. What you could do for me. Maybe that's why this person held back. They didn't want to give too much. Because maybe they had given too much at one time in their life and got burned and said they're not going to do it anymore. So maybe that's why they held back from you, but waited too long. Waited too long. And now you got boundaries up against them. You don't even want them to come back. And they feeling the pressure, collective. Ooh, I caught it, y'all, before it fell. Wow, it almost went to the flow. Spirit. Y'all see this? Here's that devil energy. Here's that devil energy. Lust, not love. You see that? This is someone who's still very lustful. This card says, passion isn't the same as lasting love. Don't get sucked in just by good sex. Now see, you see how I was talking about this person operating out of lust? You know, being on the, there ain't no good ones out there in the world. type of a mindset, in that Jezebel spirit. Let's clean it up a little bit. On some gigolo. You think you a gigolo? For my male Jezebels, and they out here operating out of lust. They was lusting after you, and now you done had to put some boundaries up. And now because they can't get back into your energy, they want to come in talking about save me, but they still think they gonna be this lone wolf. It's not gonna work out. It's just not. This card says, are you really a loner, or are you afraid of loving someone who could hurt you? Now see, here's where it's at right here. You want someone so bad, but you're afraid of them hurting you. So you hold back, you breadcrumb them. You don't give. You spread yourself thin. You give to multiple people. Maybe this Six of Pentacles energy was somebody who was giving their energy out to more than one person here in this Six of Pentacles energy. And now, still trying to figure out how they can be this lone wolf. Still. How can they still possibly avoid this long-term relationship? Coming in, acting brand new. Or better yet, I'm sorry, how could they get this long-term relationship? Thinking that they could come in acting brand new. Because y'all see, for me, that receipts card, you know who they are, collective. You know who they are. But they think they're going to come in and take the top off. They think they're going to come in and take that top off and show you they're a whole new person. You see that? But still wanting to be this lone wolf energy. Collective. You already know that ain't going to work. That's why the pressure cooker is about to blow. Because they still trying to hold on to their player ways in this Two of Swords energy. And that's why they in this mental conflict. That Two of Swords is somebody who's at a stalemate. Now, I don't know what led me to seeing this card at the bottom of the deck. Pent up anger. We see it right here. Are they mad at themselves? Are you mad at yourself? Because that's the only person you really have to blame for still trying to be a player. Still trying to operate out of lust and not love. Y'all, this is crazy. This card says, you have unresolved feelings from your past that make you resentful towards others. See, this is somebody who's going around right now, lashing out at people. Oh, see, wait a minute. See, that was the card. Wait, what's going on here? Okay, yes. This is the card that flipped over. Thank you, Spirit. The pent up anger. This is the bottom of the deck. This is somebody who may have responsibilities and obligations now with this demanding energy. They got other things that's demanding their time, demanding their energy. This card says, you set impossible standards for your partner to meet. Be less demanding. Wow. I wonder if they feel like that's you, collective. You got these unrealistic standards. You done set the bar too high for them. By keeping those boundaries. See, yes. You know, they like, look, I am who I am. You know, I got addictions. I got a sex addiction. I got a pill addiction. You know, I like to drink. But I see that, or I feel that I'm supposed to be at least a friend, a close friend, part of the squad. You know, but you leaving them out with the boundaries card, collective. You keeping your boundaries up. This is somebody who still feels like maybe y'all was close friends. But see, again, birds of a feather flocking together. You know, maybe they were connected to a squad that they thought was their soul tribe. And that could have been the reason why they were procrastinating coming back towards you. But they took too long, right? And is that the reason why they got the pent up anger? Because you not letting them come in and try to fix things. This is somebody who feels like you guys have a contract with this commitment, or at least a soul tie. You know, they still feel connected to you. But now you done raised your standards. You a little bit too demanding for them now, you know. I mean, and maybe this is somebody who is a single parent. Maybe this is somebody who, again, with the first narrative, you know, they could have created a lot of burdens for themselves. And that could be the pent up anger, right? They done made it hard for themselves to come back in towards you because they're not healed. With this shook energy in the reverse, with this sudden change in the reverse, with this unexpected event not happening. This is somebody who's still hopeful, collective, that they could still somehow talk to you with this SOS energy. They said now they ready to come spill the beans. But I'm telling you, it's the untrustworthy energy at the bottom of the card for me that's letting me know that you still can't trust this person's energy, collective. I'm trying to get it clear, y'all. Let's see. I thought I had zoomed in on my point. We just not getting it. Look, I had a point, y'all. It says untrustworthy at the bottom of the card there. They want to come in and try to spill some tea, but the tea, you can't even believe it. But they over here trying to be hopeful and praying for you. wishing for you at this time. You see that? Because they seeing you have success and feeling inspired by you. This is somebody who we already seen, they in a heart fog. Like they still really dealing with a lot of confusion, but longing for you. Missing you. But look at Spirit letting us know they still a narcissist. You see that, y'all? They still a narcissist. They're still very egotistical, which is why they're in that mental conflict, right? Come through, Spirit. Come through. This is somebody who only wants to come in and recharge. They only want to come in and boost their energy off of your energy, collective, after you've let them go. You've cleared your mind, of what this person has done to you in the past, and you've let them go. And you are now moving on. But they want to come rushing in. Wow, that card didn't hesitate to come out, y'all. Did y'all see that? It's in the reverse and crossing, y'all. Wow. We got the karmics, third parties, haters. In the reverse. It was in the reverse and crossing, right, y'all? This is somebody who could have been a hater, collective. Could be your karmic, but they don't want to be your karmic anymore, because that's why it's crossing. They said, I don't want you to see me like your karmic. And they need your nurturing. You see that? They need your mentorship, your wisdom. They want you to give back what you were giving them in the past. But see, you're not the same person anymore. You done became a little more demanding. You're requiring this person to give you a little bit more than what they gave in the past. This is somebody who breadcrumbed you because they were only thinking about themselves. This is somebody who is an opportunist. I just heard their ego is fragile. And they're lusting after you. But they don't want you to see them as a karmic. Ooh. Spirit. Wow. See, here we go. The drowning card came out. This is somebody who's hitting rock bottom, y'all. They all up in their feelings at the loss of this connection. Over their head. What's that say? Overwhelmed. Over your head. Yeah, they're in over their head in their feelings. All this lust for you. But look at Spirit showing us that this is somebody who is all about that nightlife, y'all. And see, that's what I'm telling you. That Jezebel spirit. Here we go. That Jezebel spirit wanting to just have a love affair with you, collective. Y'all see that? They just need a sex fix. They want you to be their dirty little secret. They still want to keep you on the down low. And see, that's the part right there that we saw in the very beginning of this. This person think they still gonna be a lone wolf. They, they said they still gonna try to be this player from the Himalayas. I told y'all they gonna try to come in acting brand new, but you got the proof and the evidence. Remember the lipstick tube? They gonna try to come in taking the top off, acting like they showing you that they a new tube of lipstick. But they still this narcissist, y'all. And they still coming in gambling, taking a risk, still thinking they might be able to keep you on the down low. And maybe it's because they still got all this karmic energy around them. The squad, the close friends, the haters. This is somebody who is in isolation or feeling like you got them in isolation when they got all these feelings for you, collective. They said they this big old teddy bear, but you done left them out in the forest by themselves. You rejecting them. You leaving them alone. And that's why they all up in their head. They said they can't believe you still got these boundaries. You still not letting them in. And it's because you know this is somebody who is operating out of addictions, y'all, in this devil energy. They got to heal their addictions. And I don't know if y'all seen how Spirit made this card kind of flip over, that demanding energy, in order to show me the fear of loss right behind that. This is somebody who's only really afraid of losing you. And that's the reason why they got this anger, this pent up anger, you know. But again, didn't I say earlier, they need to be mad at themselves, not you, because they were trying to treat you, you know, again, you know, like a hoe. Like, ain't no good ones out there. No need of me being committal. You know, I'm out here loving them and leaving them. You know, I love with condition. You know, it's no equal reciprocity. You know, it's all about what I can get, what you can give me. You know, the give and take is you giving to me and me taking. That was the energy at the beginning of the read. And then here we go. Spirit showing us, yeah, because they all in their ego. It's all about them. They only care about their needs. They're an opportunist. It's all about what they can get. Even if they got to step on motherfuckers, you know, even if they got to walk all over you, you know, to get what they feel like, you know, they want, what they need, because it's all about them. Now you done left them behind, collective, and they can't handle it. But like I said, they got to change the way they think. They can't be thinking there ain't no good ones out here and treating everybody like they hoes. Come on, Spirit, really? We got the wishful thinking landing on the narcissist in the upright and crossing, but it also landed on the karmics in the reverse. Yeah, they see this person think they're gonna be able to come in and act brand new with you, still wearing a mask. And they only doing that because they seeing you established now. They seeing you as this opportunity. You know, you wealthy right now. You know, you self-made. You settled and secure, and they want in. But they still got that mentality, collective. It's all about what they can get. They not trying to have equal reciprocity. This is somebody who breadcrumbs their lovers because they're too busy worried about what they can get out of the situation. And now that they see you possibly doing a little bit better in life, we did see them seeing you as established. Now they're longing for you. Now they want to come in and sit at the table. Now now they want to come in and feast. They want to eat at your table that you've built. Okay, there it is. There's a better view, y'all. Now they want to talk. Now they want this reunion. But collective, Spirit already showed us that they're this narcissist and they still dealing with addictions. But it's because they said they need you. They need you now. And they in all this mental conflict because they know they got to show you a whole different side of themselves because you done became demanding now. You're requiring a lot more out of this person. This person can't just breadcrumb you. Well, anybody for that matter. You're not allowing anyone to not give you what you deserve, collective. You've raised your standards. You're no longer accepting unhealed energy is what I heard. Look at this, y'all. This card looked like it want to be in the upright. New beginnings. This is the Fool card, but I'm telling you, it came out sideways like that. So for me, it is giving the Fool in the reverse and crossing because this is somebody who still may want a new beginning, but the offer is not on the table, right? It's crossing. And that's because this person, depending on how good of a show they could put on for you, see, they over here in their shadow, in this moon energy, facing their shadow, looking at themselves, and maybe now not liking what they see, which is why, they're feeling like they in the pressure cooker. Because they like, man, I show the collective a real fucked up side of me. Only to now be wishing, look, hoping and praying for you. But at the same token, still wanting to keep it on the down low. See, that's the problem. They cannot keep an Empress energy on the down low. Collective, look at these two cards that just came out for the SOS. For the person that Spirit is telling you got to keep your boundaries up with. We have the crown chakra in the reverse and the 3 of Wands. Now, you see, this is Spirit giving us double confirmation that this person's crown chakra is not open. This person's crown chakra is not open. They're not listening to Spirit. They're not listening to their intuition at all. That gut feeling, because this is someone who ain't woke. If you ain't shook, that means this is somebody who's not woke. They're unawakened. That's what this is giving. That sudden change, that unexpected event is not happening in the reverse. And we see why. Because this person's crown is still closed. But they're in the energy of wanting to partner up with you and form an alliance with this 3 of Wands energy. This is somebody who wants to, hopefully You know, there's ships to come in. You know, they over here waiting for you to, I guess, respond to them, because you could be leaving them waiting in that Three of Wands energy. You know, that they could be trying to manifest you, setting intentions, you know, and maybe them trying to manifest you is them trying to come in with this urgency. You know, they about to come rushing in, and Spirit is letting you know it's because they're going through financial and material changes in their life right now. I'm just curious to see what's on Spirit Radio. We have Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. I love you, baby. Oh my God. You see that? I'm telling you. It's because they feeling you rejecting them. You leaving them out. They in isolation. And now that they're not in your energy, they're going through financial and material changes. So they like, I gotta get back, even if I'm unawakened. Even if I'm still in this lustful energy. We got the base chakra card coming up, and the Two of Wands. Now, you know what that's giving, collective? It's giving a lot. This is somebody who could see you being stable in that base chakra energy, looking at you as stability. You having a firm foundation, and they are now seeing you leave them behind because of the decisions that they made is now leaving them in this waiting game with you. And didn't I say they waiting in this Three of Wands energy? The Three of Wands is somebody who's waiting for an opportunity to partner up with you. I'm sorry, y'all, for getting so close to the screen. You know, I was just trying to verify the color of the card. The purple, you know, is the Wands energy. So I was just trying to make sure, yeah, that is the Three of Wands. And we have now the Two of Wands, you know, energy. Somebody who, because of the choices and the decisions that they made, it got them having to wait for another chance, if they'll ever even get the chance, because you keeping your boundaries up from what I see, collective. Wow. Is this deck in the wrong direction? Nope. We have, this is the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is somebody who wants you to come back, even though you've been divinely guided to move on. That moving on is in the reverse, but this is divinely guided to move on. This is somebody who doesn't want you to leave them. They want you to come back, but you've already been divinely guided. Six of Swords. Maybe you not coming back. Empress energy, right? They can't come back. Because that new beginning is in the reverse. But it's crossing because It's all on you, collective, to keep your boundaries up, right? This is somebody who is heartbroken, y'all. Heartache and loss. There's my Three of Swords. They're heartbroken because they can't come in to talk to you. Wow. 5. Look, ooh, and this is destiny, y'all. It was supposed to play out like this. This is destiny playing out that this person cannot come talk to you. They can't even speak to you. They can't come back and they can't talk to you. Wow. Because this was fated to happen this way. This is destiny to force somebody to see their true colors. They got to face that shadow self in that moon energy. Remember we saw the moon, and they're having to do that now. Face their shadow self. And now they're being forced to wait. They can't just come back in with urgency, thinking they can come spill some beans and tell you, everything they've been going through with a karmic, with somebody who they thought, was a close friend to them. Somebody who they thought, they were, in a soul tribe, that was their soul tribe. That birds of a feather flock together. They ran into another Jezebel spirit. They ran into another gigolo energy. And it was a match. And see now, they getting what they gave back to you. You holding back your energy from them and being advised to by the divine. Because I could also take this base chakra as Archangel Michael coming through. Your guardian angel that's protecting your base chakra. And that's why this person can't come in to talk to you. Spirit, I'm going to get one more round of tarot. Here we go with that page energy. Bottom of the deck. Right. They still want to try to come in and not really give. That's why Spirit is blocking them from you. They still trying to not really give to you. Not give you what you deserve. Because I'm telling you, this is somebody, that narcissist, they in their ego. That Two of Swords energy, that mental conflict, this is somebody who's still, come on y'all, there it is. This Knight of Wands energy, still a player. Taking forever to come in with that pinnacle. But you don't even want it no more. They trying to still bring it in and be a page. They not coming in as no king or no queen. They still coming in a childish energy. Because they said, save me, collective, from my karma. But you have truth and clarity. Divine Feminine, at the bottom of the deck, you have truth and clarity. You already know this person is coming in a lustful energy. They're coming in with lust, not love. And here's that Three of Wands energy coming back out. And that's why they being left behind. And you connecting to the universe and being blessed by Spirit in this Nine of Pentacles energy. Staying single, or at least staying single and not going back to this person who you already know is heartbroken now that they can't come back. But they got some lessons to learn. That's why they're being left behind, having to watch from a distance. Collective, bottom of the deck. This is all this person is thinking about, collective. Is this passionate new beginning coming in for a sexual encounter. That's it. Remember we saw the little love affair? You know, little dirty little secret. That's all this person wants. Is a sex fix, collective. You already know, which is why you being protected. Collective, I'm gonna roll the dice and I'm gonna close this out. Your standards are too high for this person. They're not gonna be able to meet your requirements. We have Jupiter energy, which is Sagittarius energy. We have, this looks like Taurus. This looks like Taurus in the reverse, right? And then we have the number 5. Wow. And we could kind of say that's in the, upright and crossing. So what that's giving me is a lesson learned. And it's almost crazy because it's like double Taurus energy, because that Hierophant also could represent the sign of Taurus. So it's like spirit could be like, this is a Taurus in the reverse. This Hierophant energy, you done learned your lesson about, wow, the Hierophant in the reverse, or an Emperor in reverse. And you being, in this Jupiter energy, Temperance angel energy, and that could also be the Temperance angel, spirit saying your angels are protecting you from this Taurus in the reverse, because you've learned your lesson when it comes to this person. With the Hierophant in the upright and crossing, could be, you learning a karmic lesson, knowing that this person is a karmic. They're an Emperor in the reverse or an Empress in the reverse, and you are being protected from this person. So even though they looking at you and they seeing you have success, wow, look at this, spirit, thank you, they're still being blocked. That was the card behind this established card. They're still being blocked, but they all up in their feelings right now, because they really think this is really shattered. And it is. And now they're suffering in silence. And we did see the 3 of Swords come out with the heartbreak. They're heartbroken that they can't come have this sex fix. Maybe this is spirit saying it's because they have someone else coming in for you. And that's why you have the receipts. That this person, all they trying to do is just take that top off and try to show you that they acting brand new. But you already know. Thank you, Spirit. You already know with this Ace of Swords energy that they not that new tube of lipstick. They still this player energy. And they're unawakened. And for all we know, like this 3 of Wands, they could be left behind because they're still connected to karmics. Those partnerships and alliances, that they're still connected to could be the reason why they having to still wait and watch from a distance. Because they still got ops and they still could be a op collective, just only trying to act brand new because they see you having success and you being established in life. It's a no for me, collective. It should be a no for you too. You got something so much better coming in. Okay, collective? You are being protected by Archangel Michael, but I also see Temperance Angel, Earth Angel energy. The divine is already telling you what you need to know about this person, and it's to leave them behind. You've let go. All they want to do is recharge their energy. Okay, collective? I'm going to leave it there. Much love and light. And on your way out, don't forget to like, please. And subscribe if you haven't. Thank you again. Namaste.